Welcome to another episode of Ingrid's World. Well, if you know Ingrid, you know I love good food. Also, if you really know Ingrid, volunteering and giving to those who need are also very important in my world. So in this episode of Ingrid's World, we will learn how to make delicious Latin dishes with fabulous staff from Paladar. Yummy. And then you will meet two fantastic women who are passionate about making a positive difference in the world through volunteerism and philanthropy. Yes, all of our guests will inspire you. Now let's welcome to the show Bernie as well as Chef Nelson. Well, welcome to the show, Bernie and Chef Nelson.
Hi, how you doing?
Thank you for having
Thrilled
us
to
here.
have you here. Oh my
me
goodness.
too.
So now we're going to start some cooking. Is that correct?
Definitely, we're gonna be
What are we
making
gonna
something
eat?
for you.
Okay, so what are you cooking?
Today we're gonna make you a blackened fish tacos, and also we're gonna show you the ropa vieja, one of the signature dishes that we have, which is a braised beef, and also we're gonna make you a fresh guacamole. And to finish off, we're gonna give you a coconut flan. Really
Wow. So while you're doing the cooking, I'm going to kind of like switch over here and just chat a little bit with with you. So tell me a little bit about Paladar. First of all, where are you located?
We are actually conveniently located in Tyson's Corner. Our address is 1934 Old Gallows Road, Vienna, Virginia. We're actually along Leesburg Pike,
Wow.
right next to Nordstrom and our big free parking garage.
Ooh, okay, free parking. We kind of like really like that because that's important.
That's
especially
absolutely
in Tyson's, okay?
Correct.
So now, when was Paladar established?
Actually, we are the fifth Paladar to open as a part of a growing Paladar restaurants. We actually opened last year, May 2014, during Mother's Day. So every Mother's Day we're celebrating anniversary as well.
You know, I tell you, that has to next be my go-to place from now on.
Yes,
Oh my
absolutely.
goodness. So what's the theme of the restaurant?
Paladar Latin Kitchen and Rum Bar is bold, colorful, and really welcoming ambience. It's a Latin American restaurant inspired by South and Central America, Cuba, and the Latin Caribbean. So with the help of our staff, welcoming staff, our guests will experience Latin America without even leaving their comfort zone.
Ooh. And I wish everyone you out there could smell this good food. Like I'm trying to like fan it here. You feel like you're eating it. It's like so amazing. So you have that food. So tell me, a little bit about the food that you're serving there. So you have from Caribbean and what, but when I was there, it was so wonderful. It was like a party in the mouth.
Absolutely. Actually, our food is really flavorful, bold, and really approachable. We are actually known for our handmade freshest guacamoles in the house. Also, we have grilled and slow cooked meat. We also have fresh seafood, and of course our rum bar, which offers a variety of more than 60 different kinds of rum. Our specialty drinks, we have mojitos and margaritas.
Oh my goodness.
That you should never skip when you come.
I don't think you should skip that. Now, what I noticed when you're fixing this, I mean, you did this really fast. So what
Yes.
was the secret to that?
The secret is this is a fresh tilapia. So, and we cut it really thin, and then we
What does
bread
my
it.
tilapia ever look like that?
It's always gonna be like that because with me, you're always gonna have this good food. So in our restaurant, we design a menu so you can have a quick lunch, a quick dinner. So in 30 minutes, you can come in and out. So this is all pretty much all our dishes is like we do it like, so we are 100%. If you don't get the satisfied in 30 minutes, we give you a $50 gift.
You mean to say that I can be like over across at the Tower Club, I can walk and then I can actually eat in 30 minutes?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
And we call it quick fire lunches.
Yes. It's
Quick fire lunch. Okay,
Yes.
so that's what I had to tell people. Meet me at Paladar for a quick fire lunch.
Definitely. And we have a good menu for quick fire lunch. So you have a couple entrees, a couple desserts, and a couple appetizers. So you can go ahead and enjoy our food. Our guacamole is really good too.
Oh my God. And what I love about it is that it's fresh.
Absolutely.
You know, I just see it was fresh, and I hope our viewers notice that. My goodness, you just took this fresh fish.
Yeah, fresh fish, and you know, it didn't, if you can see, it didn't take that much long. You know, what I mean, 10 minutes, even less than that. I already set up our hybrid tortillas, which is you know, half corn, half flour. So sometimes it gets like that stuff, and then we put the aioli. And one of the things that we do on Paladar is we put aioli on the tortilla, and we get the green cabbage and the red cabbage on the bed.
Yogurt.
Yes.
See, now that's that little trick there. Oh my goodness, that's why it was so delicious. Because I was like, all right, I have to come back, because I just, you know, you feel like just pulling up and just say, all right, send me out the fish taco.
That's right.
Definitely. So if you're here, if you see it, we're already done with the fish. Pretty much you just take the fish and you just put it on top of the thing.
Yummy.
And then they are blackened, so you know, we put sugars and spices in there. So it's gonna be a nice light fish. And then we have our plate, which is called frijoles, which is rice on the bottom and black beans on top, and a little bit of onion. So everything here is on the fish and the frijoles is vegetarian. So there's no pork in there.
Oh, no pork.
Yes.
I love it.
So definitely. So then you can take this 3-1. Put it like that.
See, and I like that because, and you know what, you really have to really watch what you eat, and it's so wonderful.
Healthy.
You know, you're eating healthy. You know, really, these are things that are good for you.
That's right.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely.
And this is what will be for you right here. So definitely.
Yum! Does everyone see this? This is fantastic. So let's place this over here. Let's place this right over here. And as we start, are we starting another dish?
Yes, we're gonna make you the fresh guacamole. So we make a fresh guacamole to order. So we'll be a guac bar on the restaurant. So
Very
you
nice.
can have 3 types of guacamole. So you got a traditional and a flavorful and a spicy. If you like a little bit spicy.
God. Okay, so I like kind of like in the middle. I like a little edge to it. You know, little edge.
Oh, so you want a little bit spicy?
A little spicy.
Awesome.
All
So
right.
I'm gonna have right here. So we have a fresh avocado. All right. So we take the knife, and this knife doesn't cut you. And then we just take the little seed off. And we put it right
so that's
here.
a check of a real chef. Did you
Yes.
see how he did that? So,
Yes.
so skilled.
Yeah. Then you make it like a little squares, and you use the same knife, and then you take the avocados in there.
Oh my goodness.
You see?
Can you do this at home?
Yeah.
Can you do that?
Absolutely.
I don't
I'm
think
sure
so.
you can do it.
But not that good.
I'm going to Paladar.
Yeah.
Not that
Definitely.
good.
And
So
right- Go
when
ahead.
one orders guacamole, we just open
So-
the avocado.
So
on
you
this
mean to say when I order guacamole, and you know, excuse me, usually like when I get guacamole, I'm going into my local grocery store
Yeah.
and getting it off the shelf.
Yeah, this one will be handmade.
This is
It's gonna be
handmade.
right
Fresh.
there. So then we just take a little bit of salt,
freshly opened.
fresh salt, and we take
And
a
that
little
looks
bit
like
of
a
fresh.
coarse salt.
Yeah.
That's right.
Then take a little bit of cilantro, and then this is our base. So it's tomatillo. There's a little bit of jalapenos in there, cilantro puree, and then gonna be red onions. And so pretty much we take that 3 ingredients, and we just mash it down.
Wonderful.
All right. So our dishes is really fast. See, right here we can add a little bit of spices in here if you want a little bit of heat.
Nice.
And then we use this one right here. This should be done.
All right.
Those
Alright.
are called
It's done.
molcajetes.
Yeah, and they will call this will call molcajete in Mexico. So they pretty much use like a lava molcajete, and that's how they make it.
That's
so
how
this
they
one is a
make
little
it.
more house-made molcajete. So that's our traditional
I
guacamole.
love it.
Or
Love
the mortar
it.
and pestle.
So while we move now, are we making another dish too?
No, we already have set your ropa entree right here. We can get and show you.
Yes.
Definitely.
Show us the entree. And in the meantime, while that's being out, so how are the menus designed at Paladar?
Well, the menus, chef, can you tell about the menus assigned by the chefs, executive
This will be the
chefs?
ropa entree. This is one of the signature dishes. So
Yes.
pretty much I have sweet
Yes.
plantains right here. We're gonna talk about it later. So for you, and definitely we have white rice against the black beans, and we got the braised beef ropa, which is the 24 hours cooking and marinade with spices and a bunch of onions and the spices in there.
Okay.
And then we finish with the
Beautiful.
slaw.
They're so pretty.
Yeah. So go
I
ahead.
hope our viewers see this
So-
wonderful, beautiful presentation.
Yeah, and this is what you're gonna get. So our menu is designed by all chefs. So it's gonna be Joe Teets, what I mean. He's the director of operations, so he pretty much get all the chefs in one area, and we talk about all the dishes. And we create a bunch of ones, and then we call a special month. So every month we have a special. So every time we have all the chef grinding, we have a salads, we can have entree, we got desserts and a bunch of stuff. So that's how we create the menu.
Wow, it's beautiful. So now, one of the things that's like my weakness, I love plantains. I grew up eating plantains.
Definitely.
My grandmother did not leave with me the message of how to pick a plantain and how to cook it, and it was perfect. How do I do that?
Well, I'm gonna walk you through. So when you go to a grocery store, you're gonna find the plantain green like these,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So this is how you get the green plantain. So what you do is you take a bag. It has to be a paper bag. So you take the paper bag and you put it inside.
Really?
Yeah, and then you close it. You close it really tight, all right? And after you close it really tight, you put it in the oven for like 5 or 4 days. You put
Without
it in the
cooking, though.
oven. You know, the oven needs to be off.
Off.
And then the more time you're giving it, it's gonna get turned black, all right? Oh. And then the black that gets doesn't mean it's bad. It's the ripening. It's ripening. It's getting sweet inside and everything. That's why you're gonna get a nice golden brown on the color of the plantains.
Okay, 4 to 5 days in that. Tight. Okay, yay. And then how did you kind of like fix it? Do you fry it?
Yeah, it's the best way to do the plantains is when they're ripe. You take it out of the skin, right? So you take it out of the skin. You take the plantain from inside, then you cut it in small cubes, and then you fry it. Always work on oil. It's really good. You can fry it. The longer you fry it, it's a little black. That's when you're releasing the sugars. It's a little bit better. Some people like a little black. Yeah.
Sweeter. That's how I remember it.
Yeah.
I grew up eating plantains, so that is so one. So we have a few more minutes, and so now we've taught people how to, thanks to you,
No problem.
Chef, well, we now know how to fix our plantains. How many customers do you have on a given day?
Actually, it varies. We're getting popular with our lunch now that we did the quick fire lunch that we talk
fire
about.
lunch.
And then after the working day is a happy hour happening every day, 4 to 7. And then for a relaxing and comforting dinner that you can enjoy with your family and friends. Which actually our restaurant can accommodate 250 guests.
Yes.
We have a beautiful patio. We have cocktail that serves full menu as well, and we have 2 private dining rooms for private events needs, such as meetings, happy hours, gatherings, parties.
All right, so I guess you all know where to find Ingrid, certainly at Paladar. Well, how we can find more information on Paladar by going to your website.
To our website, paladarlatinkitchen.com, and for reservations or for inquiries about private events, you can give us a call at 703-854-1728.
Well, I had to thank you both for being on the show. You all are amazing. I love the food.
Thank you,
Yay.
Ingrid, for having us.
All right, well, coming up next, we'll be talking to Diane Katz, as well as Linda Strup from the Giving Circle of Hope. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Ingrid's World. I'm your host, Ingrid Paris Hicklin. Now let's welcome to the show Diana Katz as well as Linda Strup. I'm so happy to have you both here.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for having us.
Well, I want you first to start out about telling a little bit about yourselves. Diana, how about you lead?
We are old friends from our kids' school, elementary school.
Wow.
And so we worked together at PTA and making Girl Scouts, not Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, swim teams, sports teams. So we've been working together in various things since the 80s.
Wow, that's like amazing. And so when you started, when did you start the Giving Circle of Hope?
We were both community volunteers, as Deanna said, and a third person organized a community fundraiser for a family whose son had been in a tragic automobile accident. And so we both volunteered for that, and at that event realized what a powerhouse of volunteers there were in Reston. So 4 of us got together around a kitchen table and decided to do something permanent about it. We entertained a lot of options. This was in the fall of 2003, and by January 2004 we had launched the Giving Circle of Hope.
Wow, you know, when I was looking at your website, it was so powerful with the number of different things that you're doing. What's your service area?
Our survey, geographic? Yes, it's the counties of Fairfax, Arlington, Prince William, and Loudoun.
Wow.
And the cities of Alexandria, Falls Church, and Fairfax.
Sounds like most of Northern Virginia.
Yes, that was our intent, yes.
Really? Yeah, and that's really amazing, because a lot of times you talk with organizations and they're only doing it particularly for that county that there is, but actually you address Northern Virginia. What are some of the programs you've been able to help?
Well, our mission is to create positive change in Northern Virginia through engaged and collective philanthropy. And the engagement is that our members would do more than give. We're not check writers. We are actually engaged in the community, working with each other, but also working with the people we serve.
Wow.
And collective means that we do things together. We may use the analogy sometimes of an investment club. We are a social investment club. We put our money and our time and our talents together, and we collectively decide how to impact a particular need area, usually something in human services.
Nice.
In a positive way. So it's like an investment club, but we invest in our community.
Wow. And so the scope of services, so what are some of the things that you will have been able to get involved in?
I'll talk about grants.
The list. We do 2 major things. Grants, we give away grants, so we collective also implies that we put our money together and then collectively decide how to give it away. So we serve, early on we decided to give grants to the small nonprofits serving Northern Virginia. And the service part, we do service projects with either the same grantees or other community organizations that call, speak to our hearts or to our members' hearts, because many of our service projects are member-led or member-initiated.
Ah, so that's wonderful. So let's say if I'm a member of the Giving Circle of Hope and I have a particular project, I can present it to the organization.
We say it's not the saying, it takes a village, it takes a giving circle. So that if you came with an idea, we would rally the troops and make it happen. And that's happened over and over again. We had 2 teachers who said, I've always wanted to go into the shelters because those kids are transient, don't have continuity of education, so let's start a reading program. And it has evolved over the years. We've been running this program for 11 years. It's been now evolved into more of a cultural enrichment program. But we had interior designers come in to help with the facility. We had artists create a collage. We had someone run a book drive, and then volunteers, of course, participate in the program.
I think that's what it's all about, is that, you know, looking for that need and then helping, and then it's wonderful when a member is suggesting, you know, the particular project.
Because they buy into it. See, right? If it's a member that comes in and says, I always wanted to X, then everybody buys into it because they have a passion for it.
So, I know you have lots of different programs. You mentioned the reading program. What is another program that you felt as if that you've been doing?
We have Helping Hungry Kids, which again was initiated by 2 members. It is a common program around the country, but we serve schools in our Reston, Herndon, Chantilly, area, and that is creating food packets for kids that don't receive enough nourishment. If they have, if they're eligible for free or reduced lunch in Fairfax County schools or Loudoun County schools, then they're also eligible to receive weekend food packets, because teachers recognize some kids come to school hungry and are unable or embarrassed to ask for food, and the teachers were often providing it out of their own pocket. So that's one of our largest programs, is providing over 1,200 food packets a week.
Wow.
And
that's exciting. And I mean, and that's filling a real need.
it is. Another one is Flashes of Hope, which is a national program. We administer the local chapter of utilizing commercial photographers and makeup stylists and going into Fairfax Hospital for kids in the pediatric oncology ward. Wow. And they do professional photo shoots. And it sounds sad because you're dealing with people whose kids have cancer, but it's actually very uplifting because they're still children. They still like to ham it up in front of the camera.
And they do.
And their families, this is a recording of that period of time, and they often take photographs. It's all provided by us free of charge to the family.
Free of charge to the
Free of
family.
charge, they get all the
Especially
photos.
in what could be a very dark time in a family's life. You are making this, you know, you're giving them, as you mentioned, the name of the program,
And
Flashes
it's a
of
moment
Hope.
for the moms to just share this fun part. And apparently if you go to the hospital now, you see the gallery of the photos.
So there's a gallery at the hospital,
there
the
is.
photographs that were taken.
Yes.
I really like, so I'm always like trying to give our viewers information, because I always like to keep people inspired. So if I'm at home or at my business and I'm watching both of you, how do I get involved as an individual? Do you have to live in Reston, or?
We have members from Loudoun to Alexandria.
Okay.
And Burke and
Wow.
all around. So that's why we tried to cover the whole area so that we could draw in. It's some way of putting everybody together rather than being divided by Fairfax, Arlington.
Yes,
It's everybody
yes.
together. This is Northern Virginia. And it's very easy. All you have to do is go to the website, and there's this with www.givingcircleofhope.org, and you just say contact us. I want to become a member. There's a tab there that says become a member. So we will get it and respond.
And there's a place for everyone. We have service members that just participate with their time and talents, and we have contributing or voting members. In order to be eligible to vote on our grants, you need to contribute a minimum of $1 a day. So $365 a year makes you eligible for one vote on the grants. Over the last 11 years, we've given over $750,000 to over 50 organizations. And that's, I think, the beauty of a giving circle. I personally could not contribute $750,000.
Neither can I.
Exactly.
But by pooling our money, we have been able to do that and make a huge impact.
Wow, you all are doing some amazing work there. How many members do you have so far?
We have about 125 members. We're always welcoming more. So if anybody out there is interested, there are other giving circles in the area too. Each one has its own mission and kind of own culture, but we definitely welcome anybody to come to our book discussion group or our meetings or try out our service programs.
I like your rationale about, and certainly it's impactful. You know, $1 a day, my dollar alone would not make a big difference in a lot of places, most places.
A lot of us together do. It's like we do an event called Empty Bowls, raising money for hunger, Food for Others here. We raised $35,000 about this last year alone, and that translates into 105,000 meals. So that is a huge impact.
And that's in a one evening event.
And
it takes us half a year to plan for it,
but look at the results.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. One of our mottos is fun with a purpose. So come, let's do things together. We're like-minded people, we are caring and compassionate, and we have a lot of passion for serving others. So we'd love to have you join.
Yes,
Thank you. I'm saying,
we have a lot of fun.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty
You
good
would
deal
fit
here.
right in.
So I like that. All right. Well, I had to thank both of you for your hard work that you're doing, because that's what it's all about. You certainly have inspired me, so I guess I need to look it up, fill out the contact sheet, email it to you, and then get on board, because, wow, what a powerful way to spend $1.
Yes, that's true.
Yes, it's true.
Thank you for
But
giving
it's a
us
lot
this
of
opportunity.
Wow, continued good work.
Thank you.
Continue.
You too.
Thank you.
Love it. Well, I'd like to thank our guests for a wonderful show. My final thought is from Miriam Wright Elderman. Service is the rent that we pay for living. It is the very purpose of life, not something that you do in your spare time. Thank you for watching Ingrid's World, and don't forget to like us on Facebook or see ingridsworld.org for a current broadcast schedule of Ingrid's World. Thanks for watching.